threw in here this that we're going to go over, guys. I'm going to introduce you into probably none of us have really been able to start grabbing a real, it's so spacey. It's so, what did we call those ET, those extraterrestrial. This almost gives me that feeling when I first came across it. And it's been a number that I've, and I'm going to bring this in a little bit closer, and what I'm going to do is let's do that. I'm going to put it on a slow speed. And it's pretty much, where are we right now? Hi, Patsy. We're pretty much on 529 right now, and it comes on at you, the being, in the best, like we hear, and we got 8 minutes of the videotaping in this area, guys. So I might have on this video better views of him. Problem is, silly Ian went and I'm going to do that. Silly Ian went and erase the copy. So just so we hear my talking too, I'm going to leave it on. Obviously, I sound very slow, but the words will help. I want people to understand also that words or sounds within the video always help pointing out key things. Is it cutting out a little bit? Not cutting out. Let me push play and we'll get right up to where the being is in the picture. So I now pause it then. Sorry, Patsy. What's our number? Whoops, what's our number right now? 6. So we're close to it. So here's where I get to show you guys the goodness thing about my little bubble here, especially with my red dot. My red dot, like if I wanted to talk about this tree, I could go right up the tree, obviously only up that high, but I can at least point to that tree. I can point to this branch, and it's very accurate on your end of it. So I really like this as an option. The corner we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking up at this corner, okay, guys? There first happens to be a shadow that will appear, and then he's in the second shadow, but the very first shadow, we are also interested in it. Here we go. Okay, here's the first. His face is off to there, but you see my red dot won't show us. So instead, I'm going to go like this, actually, and I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to bring in this good-looking little model. And what this guy can do is push like that again, get rid of that. Then you can come over closer, and I'm going to point to, you see those dots there? Those number of, let's just call them, you see how we see the big plot of darkness there, and then you see a number of just highlighted things. Those in this video are something you want to pay attention to. And those are probably eyes of other ones that are with them. And look at the size of the needlework in the trees and stuff. So get your head into there's a number of dots there. But watch those change up. Those are only going to be as kind of as good as they are, and maybe a little bit clear or whatever type thing. But his head blows those away. And I just want you to be aware of all what's going on here. So let's get another second in here, because I don't want to miss them. Okay, so here he is. So here's more. Dot is right by those highlights right down there. Okay, just on that side. So you can scope area and come in close and stuff and figure out what that all is. But this is the guy that. See, if I was on my my actual video taping of this right now we'd be doing a zoom on it, and that's why I'm bummed out about this. But look at the size of them, and start to realize, I think, because I can't come in super close, I could probably grab my my eyepiece, my magnifying glass eye. Let me see it here. At least I can show you too. One of these is great for coming in and going like that. And looking right in there, very close and tight. And so let's just do this then. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to keep hitting that spot, and so we can see that little corner come in. He's only in for a moment or so. And once a person gets that one, because trust me, that one's the vital one you don't want to, but yeah, I see these ones over here, I see this one, and I see other things going on, like those little eyes that probably are involved in this coming outwards now. You see how this is sticking? All my camera did was go like this. Like my camera went, like we're talking minuscule. So to have a fair amount change in that light there, make your brain compute it. So I'm going to just leave us here so we can kind of watch that corner. I'm going to hit it just back a little bit to, whoop. There we go, whatever. So the first shadow of them just coming into the picture now. And then he's coming in right now, or right now. So you see how small of a thing that is. And I guess I could do it like that. Okay. What did I already miss it, didn't I? Yeah. And this is just crappy to do it this way. Be able to do it. Okay, here we go. I want to get him just so slightly. I wouldn't doubt it if you can kind of maybe his cheek or something right there. Whatever it is, it could be a hand. Could be something like this where they're doing something like this. If you go, and I'm going to do this right after this, we're going to go over into my community section. I'm going to whip you down and I'm going to show you some other very small heads that you can start to compute along with this one. So let me just get this a smidge further. Just pop in there a little bit. So he's covering all this area. So this is what I want you to do, is I want you to figure out how to do a zoom, how to get to 538 here. To see that in particular, like this is about where the top of it is. This is about where the bottom of it is. This is part of a stick that is in the light that is closer to us. And what you get to see with this guy is right now, I'm telling you, that's a head. I'm telling you, it's showing us some significance and stuff. You're going, okay, I hear you. Okay, I'm listening and stuff. Maybe even in behind him, there's something there. But at this point, he's in, I don't know, there probably ends up being 20, 30 little frames that he will be in here in this little 2-second blurb. Or once, I guess he's only in for 1 second, so I don't know, say maybe 20 frames then he might be in there. But as the video goes on, you're going to see what I do is I flow through all this area, and I do it in such a way, and I'm talking in such a way to try to show us all comfort, show them comfort and me comfort, so they'll screw up like this. So listen to me.
Their list of 5 are a print, casting,
He comes in
picture, video.
right now. Seen him there? That's how I seen him. I seen him that well, like that. So if you've never seen him in CC, I come back up to that area and it's all on my right here now. It's all below me right there. Now, like it's all right here, this area. See him right there? Actually, I like that spot there for a second. So let's do that. We're going to go to We're going to go to 52 there. Then I'm going to put this speed back down to slow again because there was something, a shot there I really liked. So he's right in here. Right below me. Right below me. Right below me. Right below me. Right below me.
Shelters.
So I'm going to go back so we kind of just hear what I was saying there. I think I had said I heard a noise there. Then and then my...
What else could we say there? Picture, video.
See, I'm just saying stuff. I'm using excuse in the area.
I mean, called shelters. So are you able to look through it all, guys? That's part of what.
And I've gone back and I filmed this area again.
Right in the center of it.
There's a bunch hidden right up in here, right in behind me.
Acting like that's not the height of the situation.
That's across the road there. Well, Patsy, yeah, there's a lot going on for sure, girl. No offense, please. So see right there, I'm changing the camera angle so we can see into that depth there better. I don't know if you've gotten into that, Patsy, at all, trying to do zooming or and slow and so on and so forth. Have a magnifying glass. But basically, let me go. Whoops. What did I push there? Oh boy. You can see my connection is lagging here for me. So one more, and this stick right off of here, this is a bit on my next video that I'm going to add up talking about this area, because that goes right across in the proper height reference for where that being ends up being. Here comes the first shadow right there, or actually right there. Right there is just the starting of whatever it is of the being, whatever's going on there. And then when we watch that through, you get to see his head there a bit. And now when we come back in, we come down a bit. And then we come back up. So he's somewhere right up here for right now above me. Here's the first shadow, and I think this would be his spot right there, right above my head. See that brightening up coming in a little bit and stuff? I think his head is right, he might have something in front of his face. I think that's the top of his head right above my thing there. Right there would be his forehead, I almost think. It's above my, it's pretty neat. I haven't, haven't done it to this. Okay, perfect. Yes, it does look like he is moving back and stuff. Thanks, Patsy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to come to community. And I can erase that. I can get rid of that. And then I'm not going to talk much about this. They're all self-explanatory of most of these ones I get. But I wanted to just shoot down. Oh, there they are right there. And I wanted to show at least Patsy and whoever else is there. So this is the biggest picture right here then. The biggest. So right there I say it's a head. Right here, you get to see the head wink on a different angle. These are different shots. See, oh crap. Just getting down to it again. And how you can do those comparisons yourself is you can see this shadow right there, or a space of openingness. It'll measure up different than it right there. See, it's just above me again. And then there's the head. There's that space of openness, and then there's the head. And then when you come over here, you can see the space of opennesses are different. And once again. So what you're getting to see is you're getting to see somebody who looks like he's trying very hard to stay in the picture with his eyes. So his whole head is being exposed on a number of different angles. So what that does is it brings you into a level of being able to think. A chicken can't do that. Even if a chicken looks across the road and doesn't want to come to you, he doesn't show those kind of that mentality. A raccoon does not show this mentality. A skunk, you know, only some dogs will be smart enough to realize, "Ooh, that's danger over there," and they actually dip behind something to stay hidden from that danger. Not all dogs would fall into that understanding. And you see this other right behind, right? So there's the head. And then right there, those two things, I actually think they're on the same platform, like they're right with him. And yeah, I actually think they're right with him, and you don't see them here. And what I do is I wonder, maybe they're his legs. Maybe his legs are, see, because you can't see whatever that flip up thing is, where it looks like it's kind of like that behind him. And so that's just some different things to look at. So I wonder if those are actually, see the foreheadness? Maybe two eyes, maybe the shadowing of where the two eyes are. Maybe this is where nostrils would be and stuff. Maybe this could be the eyebrows of another one. Maybe this could be the eyebrows of the other one still, and then what looks like two horns or something are actually his arms. He's actually going like this. I don't know. This is words. These are us trying to really figure these things out. I wanted to just leave this video like this and yeah, not carry on with any more talking or anything like that. So I hope you enjoy it, and I wouldn't doubt it if you see stuff in the background there and so on and so forth. But look all the way through this section. You'll see lots of faces, lots of heads. I'm going to run here and show you one of my favorites, but there are other favorites in there. But way down the second to the very first one that I ever uploaded. It's pretty close. It'll be here in just a moment. Guess I'm getting a few more on. There she be. This was just the first one. That was just me testing the lands out. But here's my here's a really cool one. There's other things all going on in this picture big time. Let me tap this picture and bring it just to us. And so there's lots of things going on. You see all the eyes above me there. Eyes, 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 down and around here. But how you mostly get to connect with them is this guy right here. And you must be making out him pretty awesomely. Who do we got here? Centurious. Hey, how's it going? This is so calming to watch. Compared to, I didn't see what the compared to was. It doesn't, you know, my thing doesn't always, if I tap on my screen, it doesn't come up, you know, it's, I think I got to go boink, then boink, whoops, and then boink, and then like that, and then, okay, go consistent. Comparing to the, yeah, I hear ya. But this is a different kind of ending. This ending is more exciting. This ending, because the life, that's all we think. We think of an end all the time, us humans, yeah? Think of when the movie's going to be over. Oh, it's 2 more hours before the movie's over. Oh, I hope, you know, say you're really enjoying this and you don't, oh, keep talking about that figure beside your head there, Ian. and maybe you want to keep it going, so you don't want it to end. You kind of have that in your view all the time or whatever. So we think about the ending of our life, we think of the ending of the world, the ending of the day, the ending of our date, whatever, for sure. And so this ending, like, if you don't know where my mind relates with these guys being involved with all the earth farming of trees and stuff, relates with all this rock weirdness that people talk about, the temples, the 170,000 world covering temples. um they have an involvement. I've come across thousands of their rock cuttings and different breakdowns, how they do it on asphalt, because we put rock in there, and there's the oil, the tar mineral in there that they like too, because they pick away. You know, one of the newest things, because you know how I tell you they're doing a lot of things to pick on us and stuff, and it's just natural. It's just their thing. If we weren't here, they're doing what they're doing anyways. And but the newest one is, they've always had a certain respect that I've talked about, and I still say it. They have a higher respect about electrical currents, electricity and stuff, although they're involved with it and stuff. Um, Within their own ability, somehow they're involved with electricalness. Anyways, there's a lot to say on this, isn't there? My subject always has to change because people don't really understand the involvement of the um, evolution of these beings, like what they are and what they represent and stuff. It's just mind-boggling. But anyways, so I'm going back to so the next thing that's going to be a real problem for us that people aren't going to pick up on are the controls that are light systems, because they're getting very comfortable in our area now, taking all that tarry substance, whatever we use to seal those. Remember, we cut around where we're putting our new satellites. We cut a light from the computer straight lined out, and then we make a continuous circuit so the energy comes back to itself. And when a car pulls over there, it generates something into the circuitry to tell the light that there's a vehicle here waiting to park. Just like somebody pushing the button over there. Now figure out imagine the button ones for the deaf people, and they beep, and the beeping is another significance. All of those are doing the exact same things. So imagine these guys could go up to that thing, the beeper control, and just open it up, disconnect the two wires, and shut it back up, and the guy's always coming there, click, click, click. The thing's never changing or whatever type thing, and he's stuck there or whatever. Exactly like that. If somebody now, whoever's been picking at the tar out of those circular in the asphalt wiring mechanisms, eventually they're going to figure out their little way of taking a rock, pounding it through, feeling that comfortable. I don't understand how come they're not flubbing them all up, but I've also noticed the rust staining that really isn't rust. Go around different dumpsters and stuff, and you'll see these huge stains of rust going on all over the place. It's just their chemical concoction that they're making down at the creeks. And then they somehow transport it over to here, and they put it out however they do. I don't know if they have to put a heat thing in with it to help make it bind with the concrete or asphalt wherever they're spilling it. And at dumpsters, they do very dark, big area stains because it just kind of makes sense to us. It's a garbage can. Shit's coming all out. I was talking to the Tim Hortons guy over here. I've been at the new one on First Avenue on the other side of Mission. I've been telling him about his concrete out on his fancy new sidewalk there. I've been asking him, I say, why is that all breaking down and stuff? And he goes, I don't know, this and that or whatever type thing, right? Everybody's always just guessing at stuff. No insult on guessing. But there's new answers in town, and it's not salt breaking down your concrete. It's not the heat. It's not the rain. It's not poor batch plant chemistry where they're not really putting in the proper hardeners and stuff. It is not all that. It's not our engineers' faults what's going on with the concrete. It's not our engineers' faults that bridges, concretes, are starting to fail in short periods now and stuff like that. It's not the engineers' faults, but there's lots of lawsuits going on towards that right now. So you see the headaches. And then people get angry with this, neighbor to neighbor. Why the fuck are you touching my fence? Like, oh, bullshit, you're sneaking out there and you're breaking my fence panels. I've seen the arguments. I've seen the arguments of your dog, you're letting your dog, and the guy's showing his front yard, and there's like 30 dog shits in his front yard. And he's going, you're letting your dog come over and shit in my front yard and stuff. And it's like, no, I doubt it, buddy. I bet you it's somebody sneaking in there at night and putting dog shit in your yard because they're watching you be so upset about it. They'll go collect more because that's what they do. They cause upsetnesses in the society in a way. They do it to the earth. They cause upsetness to the river. The river at one winter you're up there and the river would channel into the lake over here. And this next winter, we didn't even think we had a bad winter, but the river is channeling into the lake over here. I wonder what on. We always just think it's weather and stuff. We never think about, no, our weather isn't that harsh. It's not changing great big boulders all over the place and so on and so forth. I remember as a kid being in situations like that where we lived right by a river and we were really kind of frantic at one point, the community, thinking our community was going to be lost by this river. So they had to get into re-diking it and stuff. Now, me as who I am now and stuff, I understand that information a way lot different and realize that we've just been so naive and we're sitting here going, how many men to build that pyramid? It wasn't freaking men. Men probably used the strength to build the towers, is what I figure, and so on and so forth. We somehow had a relationship or something going on there. It baffles me. But that's the only answer for strength. I'm telling you, there's tons of Sasquatchers that know these guys, the big guys out there, move big rocks. They'll minimally say that. Tons of them will minimally say that. None of them will go to the extent of what I say when I pick up a little piece of rock like this, or none of them's going to have a piece of curb. Not roadside, but a mall side curb. A little concrete chipped out of a curb that I carry around, and you can see his actual chipping mark. Where's that? You can see his actual chipping marks right there and stuff from where the chipper was doing it, and this beautiful piece broke off. Like, I'm a construction guy. I don't know how I would have ever broken a piece of concrete like this, and I've done tons of demolition. And to make a nice big full piece like this, anyways, what it also has is it's got scribing all the way around the edge, pretty much fully around the edge of this. I can see a scribe mark, and that's what I teach, and that's why I saved this, is because it had a few signs on there of that, and it's really cool that that fine, and they can take it off like that somehow. And it actually looks like you probably struck it a couple of times to get it to work. It's hard to say. But it was like a scribe. I promise you can see scribe marking on it. And then something, and then just at the last point went tunk with something in it. And the scribe marking never shows pureness going in on the concrete for more scribing. Like the rest of it to the inside here does not look scribed on the full broken face of that piece of concrete. I feel like I ran off a little bit on trying to say some specifics there. But you guys get the GIF. It's way bigger, way bigger. Like, I just keep talking to myself here. I see this picture of myself, and that's why I had it like this earlier, is because I don't want to be looking at my own gestures. I don't care what I'm kind of doing and stuff. So I just want to try to figure it all out. See that? It doesn't even allow me to move those. Yeah, maybe they're like I've been talking to a geologist and stuff. I don't know if you're noticing on under my comments and stuff on some of my conversations going on, but he's been informing me with some of the energy because that's some of our newest science. Some of our newest science, where we're getting into this really minuscule, like microscopic type, computer type industry, is actually coming from our new Earth science. In a lot of cases, we've always dug for deep stuff. Now they're going for the new Earth energy. I believe that's what it's called. Something like that. And it's making us have new leaps. And part of the leaps and bounds are these guys that we can see right there beside me. I'll put them so I'm under his chin or something. Like that could be another baby in front, because that's what they do a lot, is they do face in front of face. But I really think I get a good feeling that that's might be his own chin, shinish, lip, upper lip, a little bit of a turned up nose, and then buggable eyes, eyes that can be probably pushed out to an extent where they seem like bug-eyed there. Do you get that? Like right there is where I say with the red dot is one of the eyes. There's the other eye under there. Nose right there. See, looks like almost two something there. And mouth there. That's how I figure. And then more over here. Like this is a little clump of them. Like that's a bunch of eyes in there. So there's could be 3 or 4 heads there. See one guy sticking his eyes there, one guy sticking his eyes there, one guy maybe sticking his eyes there. Maybe just one guy's got his eye there or his other eye there. Could be 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. I don't know if I'm even right. There could be other things shining there. It could be his fingers. Somebody could be seeing that as a set of goggles. You see how there looks like almost a black dot there and almost a black dot there. They'll put here. I'm going to bring on my face again, so you know. They can do, what is that called, ambidextrous or whatever, where you're like this. These guys got it wrapped up, no problem, right? So I'm doing it my way. Usually in many cases, when you'll find something like this, doesn't mean it's going to be resting up against their head like this, because this is how we do glasses. So if we're joking around and stuff, we're doing glasses, but you see all the sticks around here? They're doing sticks, right? And this in particular one of going, I think, where they turn their fingers down and they have their, see, I can't really do it. Maybe if I did it like this, I could do it. But anyway, so I believe their hands are turned this way lots of times. And they're doing their, what I call finger glasses. And basically what it is the camouflage of sticks. So you don't necessarily see it like this. But when you're seeing this kind of closing like this, like that guy right above me there almost gives, that can be what's going on there. And we can see the little bit difference in color or whatever type thing in his hands. Some people will go, yeah, what's his hands, white or whatever? No, his hands could be very well gray or something like that. But when you're looking into the deepness of their dark black, then these sticks will shine more. If you go and study, just watched a video yesterday, a science video that really refreshed my memory on the color of the sky and how it really works and so on and so forth. I, my whole life, have fallen into, well, the sky's blue because all the lakes, the ocean. And I bet you half of the world, if not more, people kind of believe that, or really do believe it and stuff. And it's so far from the truth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin the video down here. I think I'm allowed to do that. The video I watched, I'm going to pin it down here after this video so you can watch it. And it really is. It's going to help you connect better in sight. Yeah, that typical sunglass look, which is our look, right? And they're not really adapting because they do adapt stuff. So could they, in a way, be thinking kind of, oh, this looks like those people who wear those sticks on their eyes or whatever? Yeah, maybe are thinking that, but I think it's more their version is really more related to the sticks that we're looking at. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up, and thanks for the thumbs up and so on and so forth. And really, there's nobody who talks about this like me. There's nobody who's showing you this kind of stuff. I hope you're seeing that picture. If you see that face right there, please, soon as I hang up here and this is loaded, come on, because your comments will not be showing. So come on and say a couple of how much you enjoyed this. Maybe if you've seen this face, guys, watch till the end. Unbelievable freaking face Ian shows us. Blah, 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 blah. You can see my mouth is very dry and I have nothing to drink. And I'm going to take off. And once again, thanks a lot, guys. And I'm pushing. So I hope you're pushing.